to do. You got your CDs?
Huh?
Oh no. Just, well, this is a school too, so they have little recording.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we just rent out the space.
Oh, there's the kid right there. Okay.
I always get nervous. It's so annoying.
You nervous for what? The interview? The podcast?
Yes.
It'll go away. Once you get like started, once you get into it, it's like you having a regular conversation with somebody.
Really?
You just have a fat ass microphone in front of your face.
You said I have a fat ass what?
You said, I just said you have a fat ass microphone in front of your
Oh, I
face.
thought
That's
you
different.
You said he had a fat ass nigga. I'm
Oh! Yeah, right.
Okay, Jay cool, Jay cool.
Oh, yeah, Tony.
He's cool.
Put the microphone on this side of your body so that your camera, so that thing, yeah. Yeah, because that camera right there is going towards you.
How look cool?
Yeah,
See my face?
same with the mom. Okay,
The
this
camera
one.
too. I can speak to people.
Eee, that's funny how he pointed directly in that.
Let me see my light.
Yeah, we do need some more light. On LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Better.
Oh yeah,
This
no
kid, man.
profanity. No profanity. That's the only thing.
I specialize in that. Specialize. But man, it's the grown kid, dog. We in the room for the podcast. Probably get it popping. We can record here too in our own stuff, right?
You see what?
We can like record on here.
Yeah. You can go live, let people go live on there on the podcast, you can record or whatever.
Yeah. Brought the jacket off. What up?
See you say hi.
Yo!
Jake, say what's up.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, look right. Gotta show up to do brand. Party dog. Free clothes.
Close.
We need some merch. Some merch drops. You got a clothing company?
Me?
Yeah, you got a clothing company.
No, I mean I have it, but it's like nothing out. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I still gotta get it.
Why ain't you got nothing out yet?
Cause bro, it's just life.
That's
You know what I'm
facts.
saying?
I understand completely.
Feeling like Joey, feeling.
Yeah, feeling like Joe real right now. It's the motto.
That's the
That's what I live
motto.
by.
Okay, 1 second.
Yeah, I did a music video for free for this one artist, Lil Crush, and he's like, bro, I'm gonna get you merch. And I was like, alright, bet. Still hasn't got it to me.
I don't know him, but I know he's around president, Minnesota for sure.
Yeah, he runs ads the right way. He's got potential for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I don't like his music, but
Yeah, it's not really my style either. He's
Yeah.
more Mexican music, but it's
Yeah.
all Spanish. Like the songs that I've done for him, I can't understand a word he said.
oh, that's he getting into Spanish way now.
Yeah,
I know he's doing a lot of
'cause, like,
alternative.
everybody, yeah, he was, but like then like all the other artists like Ian Dior and Party Alone started copying his flow, and so he got,
Oh,
or,
really?
that's what he claims.
That's what
And
he
so,
claims?
That's what he says, and so he got sick of it, so he switched to Spanish, which they can't copy because they don't know Spanish.
Right. Make him stand out. That's
You
smart
do you,
move.
I guess, you know.
Yes.
A lot of people are doing that, so I give them that.
Yeah, you gotta, you know what I'm saying, cater to the Spanish community because
Facts, dude. I'm trying to learn Spanish right now because I'm working right now. My 4 music videos that I'm working on currently are with Spanish artists, and they're all Spanish. Like I dude,
you're
I
just sitting there vibing to the beat.
yeah, bro. I swear, dude. Like as soon as I did one song for Lil Crush, all the Mexican artists were like, dude, this dude's
Hell yeah, that's the way.
I just gotta learn Spanish. That's all it is.
Yeah, bro.
Okay, guys, one last thing, sorry.
feel you're leaving like 2 weeks?
2 weeks, bro. Yep.
And how you feel? You feel anxious, or you just like whatever?
I mean, I feel anxious, nervous, all that, but it's like at the same time I gotta do what I gotta do. So
Yeah.
it don't really matter how I feel. I gotta do it. So you know.
What up, bro? Bro, I'm not gay. No, I'm not gay. See? I ain't with that BS, man. Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Okay. Here we go. Are we gonna do our scream thing? Ah!
Hello.
Okay.
Oh.
It's normal, Chrome. Don't worry. I'm not gonna discussion burn. It's just I just have issues.
What are you talking
Yeah, see, you're fine. I didn't think about it. It's about acting like, oh, I'm
Thinking about how the way your voice sounds and how it
Yeah, you gotta get over that.
I'm not even thinking about that.
everything. Just, you know, everybody that hears it could be whining.
You know what?
Something could go wrong.
Okay. Here we go. I'm ready.
Cameras are going. And recording in 3.
What up, y'all? Welcome to the Men Up Club presents.
Holy cow again. That
Okay.
was my bad. That was punching it. Alright, 3, 2.
What up, y'all? Welcome to the Man Up Club presents, and we are back with another episode, okay? Today, we're talking about identity and navigating self in a highly influential world. I am your host today. My name is Sis from Sis and Lil Bro. I also am the Youth and Program Director of the club, where we serve young African American males between the ages of 13 and 24. Today, I have two very, very special guests on the show. One of them is 23, and the other one is 24. Y'all say what's up.
You're
What's going on, man? Kid.
So the one who said here, that is Damon, and then the other one is Chrome. That's what we call him, you know, his government.
Hey,
His
chill out.
government.
Don't do
Okay.
that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Okay, so thank you guys for coming today. How y'all feeling?
I'm
feeling
alright.
good, feeling great. You know, I woke up today, so I'm thankful.
For real, I did wake up. I'm not dead.
Yep.
Okay.
God still believe in me.
So what do you say? We jump right into it. How y'all feel about that?
Let's go. Let's do it.
All right. First question. What does the concept of identity mean to you personally?
You gonna take that off?
Yeah, I'll take it off first.
Cool.
So the concept of identity to me, just like who are you as an individual amongst of a sea of billions of people. So it's like, what are you into? What do you like to do? What are your interests? What are your passions? Because all those things really make up who you are as a person. What do you care about? Things like that. So like, yeah, that's the way I would summarize it. But how would you summarize that, Cole?
Identity is just who you are. Like, what do you do that's different from everybody else? Like, you can't have an identity wearing the same clothes as somebody else because it's not you. You know what I mean?
You said wearing the same clothes as somebody else?
Yeah, it's just as an example. Like, you gotta stand
Okay.
out. You gotta be different.
I feel that. So identity refers to the qualities, beliefs, personality, looks, and expressions that make a person or a group. It encompasses how individuals see themselves and how they are perceived by others. And identity can include aspects like gender, nationality, culture, religion, and personal interest, among others. So here's the second question. Can identity change over time, or is it something that's fixed? And you can take that as a personal question. Can your identity, does it change over time, or is it something that is fixed?
Oh yeah, I think it for sure can change over time because we're always evolving throughout life, and our interests are always going to change. Things that we used to do might not hit the same later in life or earlier in life or whatever. But I think it's like at the core, most of your identity stays the same. It's just, I would say, the fulfillment that you get out of doing things and like certain passions that you have, they might change, but I think at the core, your identity will still be the same. It's just the way you go about having that identity would evolve, you know.
Yeah, exactly what he said. Like you could always there's always time for change. As humans, we supposed to change as a human. You're not supposed to stay the same the whole time. Um, like you just change is good. Some people say that change is not good. A lot of people don't change and they stay the same. And you know what I'm saying? You can see that in their life. But the people who do change, they just keep going up. They elevate. And that's the most important thing, evolution.
Okay, so both of y'all are saying, and correct me if I'm wrong, but both of y'all are saying that change is good and your identity changes over time. But Damon, you said that at the core it doesn't change. So, I mean, take yourself for example. What do you think is a part of your identity that the world didn't put on you, but you were just that way since you came out your mom's womb?
For me, it's just operating always under the guise of like love and respect for everybody. It's like that's never changed, but it's just the ways that I would go about that and the people that I would surround myself with in certain situations has changed, but like my core values have person over time. You feel me?
So you said, okay, obviously you're a loving, caring person, and you said that's the core of who you are.
Yeah.
But do you think that if you would have grew up and let's just say you were abused, do you think that you would be as loving and as caring as you are now?
I would think, yeah, couldn't like I wouldn't call it abuse, but I've grown up in situations that weren't ideal, could have been handled a little bit differently as far as like the way I was raised. So it's like when you have something that's placed inside you, because I'm of the belief that God puts different attributes into everybody. And I do believe that operating under love and respect and, you know, tolerance and just general just gratitude and gift giving, things like that. That's something that's part of my core that'll never change. You know, no matter what situations I've been through, no matter who treats me what way, that won't change about me at all.
What about you, Chrome? What's at the core of your identity?
For sure, probably just keeping it cool with everybody. Try to relate to everybody, not try, but just find things in people's life that I can relate to, or even if I don't know it, then I'll research it and try to connect with you on that level. I just got love for everybody.
Mm-hmm. We'll get into a little bit of demographics too when it comes to identity, exploring culture and society and perspective. So obviously both of you are young black men.
Yep.
How does, first of all, what do you think that the world thinks about that aspect of you? Like, what is the perception that you have about how you think other people see you as a young black male, not knowing your name, not knowing who you are, things like that?
Yeah, people always think I'm from the streets. They always think they just think I automatically think I smoke weed or I'm finna steal something. That's just what people see when they first see me. But when they actually get to know me, then you know what I'm saying, you start giving them the real. They start knowing who I am. And oh dude, this guy's not really like that. So yeah.
Lamont, real quick.
It's the same thing for me. It's like people always perceive me as a threat in some way, shape, or form.
What?
Like either I'm angry. Mind you, I do have RBF kind of. Like when I'm resting, my face is like I look angry, but I'm really not. But people like same as Chrome. People always think like I'm gonna steal something, I'm gonna hurt you, I'm gonna talk crazy.
Right.
But it's not even like that at all. And it's crazy that people would perceive me like that. And like you said, once people get to know me, they know that I'm the exact opposite.
We're gonna dive deeper into that in just a little bit. Oh, I thought you said it was 1 minute. Okay. Okay, I'm so sorry. Okay, so continuing on, Chrome, you said people perceive you as somebody who, you know, smokes weed all the time, go steal something. Is there a certain group of people that think that way about you, or like what's an example or experience that you have of what makes you say that?
Everybody I come across, white people, black people, Mexicans, Asians, it's every group of people. It's just They just automatically assume that for some reason. I don't know. You
You
know,
have no clue what you think it could be.
I mean, it's a
Appearance,
look.
like,
That look they give me. It's what they start off with the conversation, or they'll probably like propose an ideology, and I go against their ideology. They wouldn't expect me to go against that.
is it because of the face tag or the cross? Like,
I don't know. I mean, probably just the way I dress, the way I.
mm,
It could be the cross. I mean, I don't know. More people who are Christian, they see the cross and they give me a hug for it. So
okay.
you know what I'm saying? I had a grandma. She like put her finger on my face and like was like, "Oh, dude, look at it. He got a cross on his face. He got a cross on his face." So that was cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What about you, Demond? Like, why are you saying that most people perceive you as a negative person?
Well, for me personally, I know that that is a lot of the perception that is pushed by media, like as far as news, um, things that are reported on is like I don't really watch the news like that, but a lot of what's reported on when it comes to people of color is negativity, to where it's like, oh, you know, shooting over North Side, or um, person robs this place, da 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 da. So it's like that narrative is kind of being pushed out to the world anyway. So when people interact or like even see black people out in public, that's how they think that we all are, and it's unfortunate because like a small percentage of people are like that, and there's reasons that they're like that too. Is like some people got no other option than to live like that. It's like they don't even want to do it for real. But a lot of people can't think on that deeper level, and so they just assume that we're all just criminals, thugs, like we're all just rowdy, angry all the time, and it just comes from perception that's pushed about us a lot of the time, I believe.
Okay, so here's the
Yeah.
thing. Obviously, there's different types of people, okay? What you're talking about, when you say people are thinking about black people as thugs and all this, do you think that they think that way about a black man in a suit and tie driving a Benz? Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, there's different types of black people, there's different types of white people, there's different types of Asian people. So it's like, are we talking about a certain type? Because if we're even just looking at both of you side by side, y'all obviously have different appearances. You know what I'm saying? Chrome has dreads, you don't.
Right.
You know,
Right.
he has a face tat, you don't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what do y'all think about that?
I think it kind of extends to even if, like, for example, if you're driving, right? I've heard people out loud say it's like, oh, they'll see a black man in a nice car, dressed nice, whatever, but they'll be like, oh, you know, I bet he sells drugs.
What?
Right,
You know what I
exactly.
mean? So it kind of extends across, even if you're successful, like people think you got it some grimy way, and they don't really believe that you've got success in a legit way and you're actually successful as a person of color. That probably has changed over time because, like, socially with the internet and everything, culture is shared and people are starting to see like people of color can actually do something and like be great. So that has changed over time, but I've heard a lot of that in my past too, to where it's like even if you're successful, it don't matter. People are always going to think some type of way about you as a person of color, or as specifically a black man. You know.
Yeah,
Were you gonna say something?
yeah. It's about how do you hold yourself to your speech and how you walk. The certain type of person, like a businessman, a white businessman, and a black businessman, they're gonna understand each other. Just a normal person and a black businessman, the normal person might have a couple thoughts about him, but once they see how he's walking, how he's talking, how he's moving, they might change their idea about him for sure.
You know, okay, two things. I want to go back on what Damon had said. He said person of color. We're talking about identity. I've heard a lot of things. I know some black people who don't like to be referred to as person of color or people of color. They don't like that term because they take them back, like, oh, people of color over here. Then I've met black people who want to be referred to as black people. There's some people who just want to be considered, brown people. And then there's some people that don't even want to be labeled any of those.
Right.
And then I've even been exposed to white people who shy away from saying black people because they feel wrong saying it.
Right.
It's an interesting topic, so we'll dive deeper into that.
Absolutely.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot to tell you. So I hold up the 1 minute thing so everybody can see that that's when like the 1 minute is we're kind of wrapping up.
So what were you doing earlier, baby?
I had on my phone, you didn't see it, but I had just talked directly into the mic because it was kind of showing up as pretty quiet.
Oh,
So
no, that's
they
what I
are
was
really
saying.
touchy too, so like have it directly facing you.
Okay.
You can pull it, like you
Otherwise
can
it'll-
pull it to your
Yeah, you can
mouth,
move it
like
to
eat the
however.
mic, eat the mic. But and then Chrome, he had said something else because I'm gonna pick up off of that. But Chrome had said, "Oh my God, what did he say?" Are you able to play back like the last one?
I can try. I am.
I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, never mind. I got it.
It's a nice fireplace right there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it gets toasty in here.
Make that little black man.
Suck your face pupils on the new music board. Okay. Hasta mañana.
I'm always surprised on what the hell
Do I look like a girl? You ever think that?
question is that?
What?
No,
Dude,
bro.
because people be saying it to me all the time.
Who?
They probably just trolling.
Yeah, you.
100%.
No, bro, you don't look
That's
like
what I'm
a woman.
saying. Like, what?
What the heck? It might be the long hair though. Maybe.
No.
It might be the
no,
long hair.
No, look at my shoulder. Look at my legs.
I wasn't gonna say you're not built like
That's what I'm saying. They might
At
built
all.
like no female. What?
at all.
Yeah.
I used to get that when I used to shave my face clean.
Oh, really?
Where people would think that I'm like 15 all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate that.
I don't got no facial hair. It's coming in. A little bit coming in.
It's gonna get you some meat oil,
Vitamin E.
demo roller.
Real? What is that thing that
Can they actually do something? Like that's my question, bro. Do they actually the demo roller?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, 'Cause
I've
it-
always thought they were scam.
yeah. It helps if you already kind of have something to bring
Right.
it out, but like I
Okay.
know a dude, he grew a beard in like 7 months from nothing.
From nothing?
Using like derma roller a couple times a week, vitamin.
You can have
Washing
that
the
little
face.
mess up in the
I'm gonna have to do
Get
that.
it right. Get it
I
right.
have to do that.
Yeah.
That's what I
The baby face gets me into places though. So maybe if I do a little patch now, and
Okay.
I'm saying a little stubble.
Okay.
I don't want no big old beard.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
One thing you name a file on it.
I get too nice of a facial structure to have a big old beard.
No. No.
Yeah. I mean, I've had facial hair since middle school though. So it's like,
Yeah, that was a,
yeah,
everyone
Yeah,
knows.
serious.
yeah, I was.
Yeah, I was a late bloomer.
I'm starting to think I'm not gonna bloom.
Hey, make it happen, bro. Hit me up for the skincare routine. Feel me?
Skincare routine.
I can help
Hit
you
me
with
up for
that.
the skincare routine.
Need that turmeric soap bar.
Turmeric.
Need vitamin C.
Don't get too much.
Some
Get
fruit.
black African soap.
Black African soap.
Black African
Ah.
soap. Yeah.
Okay.
That'll get you right, bro.
Where you get that at? I don't want to
Anywhere
wait for
where they
it.
like sell facial care products,
Oh,
or at least
really?
like where they have a section to where it's like black skincare, things like that. If they have that, then it'll be over there.
Alright, you guys ready?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Sir.
Alright. Cool. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, set the cameras. And here goes 3, 2.
We are back with the Men Up Club Presents podcast. We're talking about identity, navigating self in a highly influential world. We're here with Chrome and Damon. You know, we left off on a wonderful, interesting topic. You know, when it comes to identity, we're talking. Can you redo that? I'm sorry. Sorry, guys.
Alright,
oh,
Yeah.
so we're not live.
ready? Hi.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
3, 2.
What up, y'all? We're back at the Men Up Club Presents with.
No profanity, ma'am.
I
No
know, right?
profanity.
I'm sorry, guys. Third time's a charm.
Got it.
What's up, y'all? We're back at the Men Up Club Presents podcast.
3, 2, 1.
We're back at the Men Up Club Presents podcast with Damon and Chrome. Okay, we're talking about identity. We're talking about navigating self in a highly influential world, and we kind of got into just some discussion about what we refer to ourselves as when it comes.
Thing like that. As far as the identity politics go, I think it kind of varies. Thing like that. As far as the identity politics go, I think it kind of varies person to person, because people like to be like inclusive of everything. Like when I said person of color earlier, I'm kind of encompassing all people of color, because some like views and perceptions kind of go across all the races, as far as like Hispanic, Asian, even white people sometimes. But me, I'm black. I'm black all day. So I'm gonna claim that every time.
For sure. I'm strictly American. I'm born in America. I am American. That's it.
I got you. I got you. Does the term black offend you, Chrome?
Not really.
What about the term person of color?
Person of color, not really either.
So if somebody was like, oh, you know, he a person of color, referring to you, like you wouldn't be offended by it.
No, I know what you're talking about. I mean, I wouldn't say that for myself, but just to keep the conversation short and to keep things rolling, I'll go with what you're saying. I'm not gonna get offended by it. It's not something I identify with. I just like to be American. So I'll tell you, look, don't call me that. I'm American. We all Americans, just like everybody else, because they could put you in the. I don't want to be with the blacks. I don't want to be with the whites. I just want to be American. That's it.
Okay, you're not with the whole categorizing, like social categories.
No, I'm not unless it's just American. Like we can have a barbecue with white folks, Mexican folks, Asian folks, but we all American. It's just American, you know, man. We all American. We live in America. We are Americans. The white black thing or the social class thing, it gets clouded and it's too much. So I just like the American. That's it.
Would you say, and see, I'm interested. I ask these questions because I'm interested. Because you can't lie. That's interesting, right? Like, okay, so, do you embrace your black culture?
What do you mean by that? What's black culture?
When I say black culture, I mean, okay, I'll use me for example. So, I'm half black, half Filipina. There's a clear distinction between both. I'm proud of both sides of who I am as far as like those cultural identities. Like on my black side, I love that, you know, I get inspired and empowered when I think about leaders who came before us to fight to where we are today. You know, for example, MLK, Harriet Tubman, things like that. I like celebrating people who paved the way for freedom in this country. Even just like the way that we act, like, I'm not saying this is all black people, but, you know, I like how, you know, if we be laughing or whatever, like, I like how loud we are as a culture. I like our features, like, I think of strength. I think of kings and queens. I've been to Africa one time, and it was the most amazing experience. Love black food, you know, soul food. I love our music. Our music is A1. We lead in music and entertainment.
Right.
So when I think of black culture, like those are the things that come to my mind. So for you, like, do you have black pride or however you want to?
Yeah, most definitely. I don't have black pride. It's just something I'm familiar with, just growing up. Like, I'm around most of my life I've grown up around white people, and it's most definitely a different thing, you know what I'm saying? But it's not, I can still connect with them. I just know what you guys do opposed to what I do. When I'm with my family and with my people, this is what we do. When I'm with y'all, this is what we do. But I can still relate to you. You know what I'm saying? We can still go fishing. We gonna go hunting. But they probably not gonna know how to fry up chicken or make the collard greens or the mac and cheese. So,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? Really, like, that's just, that's just how it is. You know what I'm saying?
I respect it.
Right.
Yeah, I respect it. Okay, so another thing is too, I'm sorry guys, we're gonna have to edit this out as well. Okay, that's what I was gonna get into. Was when Chrome had mentioned something in our first segment, and he was saying, you know, the way that you carry yourself as a person it has an influence on the way that other people see you, right? So you brought up this explanation about two businessmen, one is black, one is white, you know, and you said a normal person will look at a business person and think certain things about them unless they actually meet them and get to know them. So, do you guys experience, what is it called? Do you guys experience code switching?
Oh,
What?
I can take on that one.
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
can for sure take on that one because me and just like the way I've lived my life, I've had to code switch very hard. The way I talk to my friends is not the way I talk to my family. The way I talk to coworkers at Caribou is not even the same way that I talk to my coworkers when I
Oh,
was
let's
an
pause for a
insurance
second.
agent.
Hold on,
I have to
pause.
start a new segment.
Sorry, that was my fault.
No, it's not your fault. I thought I could pause it and then start it over again, and it doesn't work that way. It's annoying. But what I'll do is I'll take.
Okay, so that's what that is. Like just switching up how you
Yeah.
talk to people in different.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
That was 6 minutes. We got.
Did we record everything?
Yeah, we recorded everything up until that point where you.
It's pretty
said,
cool,
okay,
it's
we
pretty
gotta
cool.
edit this out, and then I had to start it up again.
Hey man, it's the Chrome Kid. You dig what I'm saying?
Right there.
Live on the podcast,
Yeah,
man.
5
You
minutes.
see me at a different angle. You don't know a couple of my
Okay,
views. You know what I'm saying?
after I
Da, da,
said,
da.
It was before you started talking again. You
See how I'm
said,
coming,
"Okay, let's
man."
Pause for a second, and you took a little break, and we'll cut that out.
Mhm.
So we'll.
So
we'll
I didn't
stop
ask
it.
about the code switching thing, and I didn't.
No.
I didn't talk about what Chrome said.
No.
Okay,
you
cool.
did. So let me just.
What was the
save
last
this.
thing I ended on before that?
It was.
Before I
It
said,
was the last. He ended on a question, and he said, "Okay, then you needed to ask your next question." So you took a second to think about it. I
Okay.
forgot what it was.
okay.
Let me see this.
Yeah.
5 minutes.
Okay, cool.
And it's just gonna start. So then you'll start off. Ready?
So, Chrome, you had brought up something really interesting in the first segment when you were talking about the two business people, and you said in that situation, one was black, one was white, and there's certain perceptions that people have of positions that you may hold, and you also said that depending on the way that you carry yourself, it has an effect on how others see you. So, have you guys experienced code switching before?
Oh yeah, like for sure. For me, code switching has been kind of like a survival tactic to where it's like the way that I talk to my family is not the way that I talk to my friends. I talk to my coworkers at Caribou different than I would than my coworkers when I was an insurance agent, and just being able to adapt and read the environment that you're in and not change your personality and like who you are as a person, but just being able to read the room and kind of read the environment that you're in and kind of act that certain way but still be yourself. When you can't really do that, I feel like you kind of I don't want to say exclude yourself from opportunities in different areas of life that you could be in and people that you can be around, but it's just a fact of the matter of like there's certain types of people that won't be around certain types of personalities, especially in the professional setting. And in more settings, you need to be more professional, less professional, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I want to say I've mastered the art of code switching because I've just been doing it for my entire life, it feels. But how about you, Chrome? How do you feel about that?
That's something I had to stop doing because I just wasn't being myself. Like I felt like I was being fake. So I just give people like a generic one thing. I act the same towards everybody. That's something I practice a lot. My family is it's getting there a little bit because they just like, oh, dude, what's he? You know what I'm saying? They don't really recognize it, but even with them, I try to give them just me, 100% completely. How I act, what I say, my lingo, cadence, everything. Not really try to switch it up for anybody.
If you're going for an interview, you gonna use the same lingo that you use right now?
For sure.
Okay.
It's gonna sound more professional. It's gonna
Okay.
sound just, you know what I'm saying? I might use even a bigger word, you know what I mean?
I'm dead.
You gotta
Yeah.
expand,
So
like,
that's code
yeah,
switching.
right, code.
No.
Okay, I
Hold
mean,
on.
That's code switching.
that is,
Hold on.
If you're changing your lingo, then from what you normally use, but you're still at the core, you're still the same person that you are, though. So that's code switching.
Oh, wait a second. Hold on, pause. Because I define code switching to be code switching is when you start to say and do things that are very similar to another culture, because you're around that culture or group of people, and so you want to be perceived as, you know, more comfortable to be around by those people. And then when you get back to another group of people, you act more similar to that group of people, or you are more loosely yourself. Code switching, for me, my personal opinion on code switching, I think that code switching is a negative thing. And Damon, it's interesting because you say, "Oh, I've mastered code switching," like it's an asset.
It is an asset because like you pretty much we have the same definition of code switching. It's just some people think of code switching as a negative thing, like you're being fake.
Mhm.
But it's really to me about adapting to your environment and the people that you're around. When I code switch, the situations I code switch is like a lot of in the workplace and professionalism. Because I've had jobs where I'm around people making millions of dollars a year. There's no way I'm going to talk to a person making millions of dollars a year the same way I'm going to talk to my homie. You know, it's a
Right.
very different. You got to carry yourself a little different, but at the core, you still got to stay the same. And that's why it's important to know yourself and know your identity, so you don't lose yourself in all that and being around those types of people, because that can also happen very easily too. And me, it's like I say I know myself very well, so I wouldn't let that happen. But I also know when I need to adapt and when I need to, you know, change how I talk, how I walk, the words I use, my lingo, this, that, and the third. Like even on this podcast, I'm not talking on this podcast like I would to my
Right,
homie
right,
or like
right,
how we
right.
talk at the studio.
Right, right.
Like you
right.
gotta have a little bit of a different energy, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's. I mean, what you said there, it sparked something. It was like I base how I act now. Like if I'm working a job, I'm working a job for $20 an hour. I'm not gonna give you every single piece of professionalism that I have. You know what I'm saying, in my arsenal, because it's wasted energy. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna flip these burgers with crazy enthusiasm. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna do that until I get into a room where I need to use it and like, okay, boom. I need to use this. I need to sound like this. I need to, you know what I mean? This is the side you're gonna see me. I mean, use and say what I need to say here.
A way that I kind of imagine code switching is imagine a present, right? And that
Right.
present is you and your personality.
Right.
But a present can be wrapped in different types of wrapping paper.
True. It can.
You know?
It can.
But in the core, on the inside, is still the same present.
Right.
You
Right.
might wrap it one way for one person, another way for another person. Wrap might be a little bit less done up. Another wrap might be, you know, nice and crisp and with a bow on it. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
So it's just presenting the same present with a different wrapping paper. That's
Okay.
how I kind of think of code switching.
Okay. Cool. That's
Yeah.
nice. That's nice.
I like that. I like that.
Good enough.
Yeah, that was a great example, Damon.
Yo, we need a timer. Y'all got a clock in here somewhere?
Yeah, so the thing about a clock is normally I just have hand motions because
Oh, okay.
the mics and the cameras in the room.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, it's a nice setup in here, bro.
Oh, what's all those awards up there? That's fire.
Well, no clue, honestly.
Oh,
I
okay.
never looked at it. I don't know why.
You never thought of it. You never thought to just go pick that up. Like, oh, yeah, I'm the man with this.
Yeah, this is mine now.
I'm gonna have to do that before I leave.
Okay.
Act like I got a Grammy.
Yeah, those are all mine.
This is the
personally.
third segment, right?
This is gonna be the third, yes.
Okay.
How many segments we got?
So we got
4.
4 total.
Okay, cool.
So this one I'll do code switching and
Cause I didn't even know that what that's what it was called.
Yeah.
Cause like,
I guess there's a word for everything. I
yeah,
didn't
for
know it was
real,
called that either.
code switching.
I said just switching up, I guess. I don't know.
I guess I'll code switch with the essence of myself, the core of myself, the essence. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Because like I for sure like talk to, you know, my friends the same way I talk to my parents. I don't think I switch
Right.
up. Like honestly, I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
It's like try my best not to, just like you, bro. Like there's no reason to.
Exactly. It's like you want to be 100% you at all times. Now, when you get into that room,
Faces, bro.
right.
see guys, we have to say this for the podcast.
I'm not even
it's
in the
just
podcast.
strategic
No, like,
too,
come
though.
on, y'all.
Like you can use this. Let's record right now.
That's
Start recording. Start
right.
No,
recording.
that's what I'm saying.
Because I understand what you're saying about strategically switching your, you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what I was saying about those flipping burgers.
Okay.
Like,
All right.
I'm not.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go back into that. Let's go back into that. Because, you know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like, dude,
All right, ready?
Also, can I grab the charger on my phone?
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that.
All right, let's go.
You pay me $30 an hour to cut this grass. All right, I'm going to cut this grass. It's going to look the best grass you ever seen.
Right.
what I'm saying? I'm like,
That's cut. You were saying.
right, it's gonna look like a golf course.
Yep.
But at 16, look, man, you don't have a couple of patches that ain't cut.
Thing is, well, let's go save it. I got another example to give.
Yeah, get that.
Yeah, I got
For sure.
another example.
For sure.
All right. Cameras are going. Because we got even 3, 2.
We're back with the Men Up Club Presents podcast. Today we're talking about identity, and we're getting into a really deep conversation about code switching. You know, we're talking about finding yourself in a world of influence, but came across this topic of code switching, and it's getting pretty interesting because Damon and Chrome both have, you know, similar ideas. So code switching, according to AI, is the practice of alternating between two or more languages or dialects within a single conversation, sentence, or phrase. So that's the first half of the definition, okay? The second half, it says, it often occurs in multilingual communities and can be used for various reasons, such as to better express a concept, fit within a particular social group, or convey a specific cultural identity. So according to that definition, to me, there's two sides of code switching. There's the side of, okay, well, code switching is just code switching is when you act a certain way in order to adapt to your environment. For example, if you're in a job interview, you know, or you're kicking it with your girlfriends, like you're not gonna talk in the same way. If you're on this podcast, you're not gonna sound exactly the same or carry yourself in the exact same way as you would be if you were, you know, listening to your friend give a sob story or giving advice, things like that. And then the second thing is, okay, I'm sorry, I'm getting confused with my words. Can we cut this and then go back?
We got it.
Sorry guys, I get jumbled.
How far was that? Do you want to just like restart the whole thing?
Yeah, restart the whole thing. We're gonna do fresh track. And when we go live, like,
3, 2, 1.
okay. Sometimes I have to talk about
Alright.
that.
You ready?
Yes.
3, 2.
All right, y'all. We're back at the Men Up Club Presents for a segment on identity. We're talking about code switching. We have Damon and Chrome here.
Yes, sir.
We have to make a stop with this because it is a very interesting conversation. So according to AI, code switching is the practice of alternating between two or more languages or dialects within a single conversation, sentence, or phrase. Then the second definition, it says, it often occurs in multilingual communities and can be used for various reasons, such as to better express a concept, fit in with a particular social group, or convey a specific cultural identity. So to me, there's two sides of code switching. The first side is similar to what Damon is saying, is like you code switch depending on the event that's going on. If you're giving an interview, there's a certain way you act. If you're talking to your homeboy, there's a certain way you act. And they're two different things, but you're not changing who you are. You're just adapting to what's going on around you and what is being asked of you. And then there's this other side to code switching where it's like a negative thing because you're trying to make yourself feel accepted among another culture. Okay? So for me personally, I'm a biracial woman, so on one side of my life, you know, I notice, I guess, that on my black side, I guess my black side comes out more if I'm around my family on my dad's side. But then on my mom's side, I guess my Asian side comes out more. And there's other things as well that are relatable to that. So for y'all, how do you navigate, you know, code switching in your identity?
You want to go first? For me, it's just like I said, like I've been in environments where a lot of people make a lot of money. I kind of think of it as like, let's say you go to Walmart, right? You're dressed in sweats, pajamas, whatever, you're just there to grocery shop. There's no way that you're gonna walk into a corporate office dressed the same way that you would dress going to Walmart. So you can code switch even non-verbally, even in your appearance, you know what I mean? So it's just like like you said earlier, adapting to wherever you are, but at the core, not changing who you are. And I have said earlier, it's like that can happen if you don't know who you are at the core, and you're just going with the crowd, like changing yourself, changing your interests to mold yourself to the environment that you're in. Yeah, that's when it can become a negative. But if you're someone that has a lot of self-knowledge and you're not really willing to compromise your personality and your core values for your environment, then code switching is definitely an asset for sure, I would say.
Yeah. For, you can use code switching as code switching, right? That's what it's called.
Yeah,
Yeah.
As an advantage. I see it more as like if you go with the Mexican group or the Asian group, like switching there, like if you know a different language, like that's like code switching to the maximum because you're changing everything about yourself.
right.
Like you're changing your language, the things that you eat, you know what I'm saying? You know it all. But code switching, it can be used as a strategic move to get places.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say like you have a business background. People don't really know you have a business background. You don't look like you have a business background, but you can still step into that space and change your speech and change your walk, change just everything about yourself, but keep the essence of yourself the same.
Mm.
You know, you're not totally changing yourself. Like when we talk, we'll talk business, but you'll also be getting me at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A person that can code switch is always going to have more opportunities to bond with more different types of people than someone who can't.
Right.
Because there are some groups of people that just like certain personalities more than others. That's
True.
just a fact. It's an unfortunate fact, but that's just a fact.
Right.
So if you're able to like, adapt, then you're gonna make a lot more connections than someone who can't.
Yeah, I see that mostly in the, like, if you hang out with people in the ghetto, but you're raised in the suburbs or just not in the ghetto, you know what I mean? Like, they really watch how you move, your body language and everything. If you don't know how to move, they're gonna be reading you a whole different type of way, thinking you a whole different type of way. So knowing how to move in a setting where people are in the ghetto and how to change yourself so they can feel you too, then that's also a good good quality too about code switching.
Yeah.
The way that y'all are talking about it is as if code switching is the same thing as adapting, being able to adapt. So are you definitively saying that to code switch means to adapt, or do you think that it's two different things?
I would say code switching is just being able to socially adapt with whoever you're around without compromising your own character and your own core values as to make you who you are but you're just presenting that package differently to different groups of people so you can make those deeper connections and get to know people of all backgrounds, rich, poor, white, black, whoever. Like, it's just being able to adapt socially. That's how I think of it.
For sure.
Okay, that's an interesting perspective because I know a lot of people that differentiate the two. Because for me, adaptability, being able to adapt in different environments, that means, hey, if I'm a black person of color, I can be completely myself. I can be black and a professional. I can be black and be relatable to young girls my age, be respected in certain communities. A lot of people think that, you can't be black, you can't be your fully black self in professional environments, but that's where it's a limited mindset because it's like being professional does not mean acting white.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A
So
lot of people code switch and they don't even know it.
Yeah, they
Because
don't.
they have that social adaptability. Everyone does, but it's just not everyone puts that conscious label on it.
True. If you're not consciously doing it, then I feel like that's probably where it's fake because you don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I meet you this day, but then somebody else I know met you and you acting a whole different way. What?
Mm.
And then now when we all meet together, all three of us, it's like, who's this dude?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now
Yeah.
he's giving us a different flavor with us together now. You know what I mean? That's where it gets weird. You got to know what you're doing.
Yeah. And that's where I was saying, it's like when you don't know yourself, stuff like that happens.
Right.
Like you can really lose yourself in a lot of different crowds, and that's the worst thing that you don't want to happen.
Yeah, that for sure happened to me at one point.
Yeah.
So we've talked a little bit about social perception, finding yourself, terminology when it comes to identity. Let's get into social media influence and how does that influence your identity. What does social media influence you to do? Or better question yet, how do you perceive social media, and what are the identities that are being presented to you through the phone screen?
Man, social media influenced me to just stay off it, if I'm being honest, because I know a lot of the time with social media, people portray one thing, but they got a whole different thing happening in their real life. So it's like, I don't really take social media that serious, only because, like, it depends on who you are, but you can be a completely different person on social media. And it's just like, I'm someone that wants to be me at all times. And so it's like, because I'm a more quiet, chill person, I'm not gonna be posting every day.
Right.
I'm not gonna be, you know, outside everywhere at every party just to get like reels and videos and things like that, because it's just not me.
So you think that social media pushes a fake agenda on people? Like, you think social media is full of fake people?
Not necessarily full of fake people, but I think social media definitely pushes people to only share the happy moments of their life. And anytime that, you know, like the less happy stuff that is most of people's lives, is not really, you know, pushed out there or like put out there just because it's like, oh, people wouldn't like this, or oh, I'm not lit today. This won't get that many likes because, you know, I'm not doing much, this, that, and the third. So it's like, it also depends on who you follow too. Like, there's definitely people out there that are real on social media, but the vast majority of people that are big on social media, that use social media, they try to push a certain image of themselves. It's like, oh, I got all this money, like I'm living this life, like I'm having fun every day, we out the club every night, da 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 da. So it's like, to me, I don't want to say it's necessarily fake, but it's promoting a lifestyle of fake luxury is what I would say when it comes to social media, you know.
What about you, Chrome? How does social media impact your understanding of your identity?
Social media changed my identity, probably not a lot, but it kind of got caught up like, oh man, I didn't get 10 likes on my photo, bro. We only got 5. And it makes me feel something, and it's not good to feel something from that. So, I mean, I use social media as a tool now, only as a tool, only on there to get fly and show people something that they ain't never seen before. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's a tool to influence other people to do the right thing instead of the wrong thing. People glamorize the diamonds and the clothes and the cars and all that, but they don't really know what's behind it. So I'm gonna come on the scene and give it to them just how they're giving it to them, but I'll show you what's behind it. You know what I'm saying? I won't hide nothing from you. I'll try not to hide nothing from you.
So with our world today, it kind of goes one of two ways. There are people who get a lot of respect, and people look up to these people because of what they do on social media and what they've done with their platform. For example, YouTubers, you know, people have used social media to do positive things, and so people look up to them for that. You know, they look up to them. But then there's also the other people who they have respect not because of what they've done on social media, but because of what they've already done, and they just have a platform to show it. So for you guys, do you look up to people who are constantly, you know, on social media? Are there celebrities or, you know, mentors, influencers that you guys pay attention to?
Oh, for sure, for me, because me, growing up, I didn't watch TV. I don't even really watch shows or nothing like that. I watch a lot of content creators on YouTube and Twitch. So people like Berleezy, all of the whole Easy Gang, Aunt Dante, TBH, the Black Hokage. Those are all like young black men who have really created a platform for themselves. And I've watched these dudes for almost 10 plus years, you know, and I've just seen them grow and their friendships grow and their content evolve and things like that. So it's like, things like that are very positive to me. That's the more positive side of like social media and influence. But when someone says social media, I instantly think of Instagram. So it's like, there's a whole different side of social media to where it's like, you know, you got people like that selling out like dance halls because, you know, they just got a big group of fans that care about them and love them and their personality. Even to the point where sometimes my language is influenced on like words that they say like the word absolutely. That's Berleezy all day because I watch him so much. You know? But yeah, I look up to more content creators on the YouTube and Twitch space for sure. As far as like people I look up to that have achieved a lot of great things.
Right.
What about you, Chrome?
One guy I listened to, Charleston White. He's somebody who did it how I seen it in my head,
Yes,
but I never seen anybody do it. He's the first person who I've seen actually do it, and it's like, bro, you can get it this way. You know what I mean? You can work in the community and be a real life person. Because people know you in real life. In the internet, they don't know you in real life. You just give them something like a character. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
It's a
right.
game, but he's monetized on it. He's made money on it. So seeing him do that, and it's opened a new door for me that I can do it as well.
I like that.
Ooh, and right on the thumb, huh?
Pretty good.
Get that off. Yeah. And
Charleston White.
Charleston White, I love Charleston White,
That dude is
bro.
hilarious. He be cracking me
I
up.
know.
Everyone hates that man. I
For
don't.
real.
It's so obvious he's playing a character.
Yeah,
though.
it's so
He's-
funny though, because it's like,
bad.
and another reason, because it's like, I do that kind of thing in real life.
Yeah.
I've never done it like the way you've done it. Like I kind of play on people in real life.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Random people on the street and they're not hip. Okay, I'm gonna play with you for a minute just to have fun. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I like that.
Yeah.
That should be funny.
There was something you said about the social media thing, about letting it influence the way you view yourself too, like when you don't get the interaction.
We might as well record y'all. We put a first.
Yeah, we're ready when you guys are.
All right, yeah,
Okay,
go
cool.
ahead, go ahead.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Alright, cameras are rolling. Here goes the audio. 3, 2.
We're back with the last segment of the Man Up Club presents on identity. Let's keep
This
the
guy.
conversation question. What were you saying,
Um,
Chrome? I mean, I'm sorry, come on.
no, you're good. There was just something that Chrome had said about letting social media influence the way that you view yourself too when you don't get the interaction that you want. I personally experienced that because I'm a visual